Welcome. This is another series of exciting statistics videos. My son watches a lot of YouTube, so I apologize in advance for any cool YouTube comments that I make during this. This is just a test, so we're just going to go to open the data file first. This is SPSS. You click open, and we're going to look in the iDrive on the network folder. If you're at home, I'll show you how to do the folder for Microsoft Outlook. It's in my folder on the iDrive. Open my folder, and it's called Fast Food 2016. Okay, there we go. So what we see when we first open the file, you'll either see what's called variable view. If you look down here at the bottom of the screen, it says variable view, or you could be in what's called data view. Data view, you actually see the raw data. So if I scroll over, you can actually see all the numbers and all the exciting things that we're going to talk about with this data set. You can also see, if you scroll down, the whole pile of data. This is like an Excel spreadsheet. We very rarely look at the data like this because it's just overwhelming. It's not really good. Most of the time we spend looking at the variable view. The variable view has a lot of useful characteristics. It tells us a lot about the variables, and it tells us a lot about what kind of variables they are. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do in variable view is I'm going to expand the view of the labels so I know what these variables mean. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so I can see each one. Let's talk about the first column first. It's name. Can't start with a number, but this is a machine code that tells the computer what it is. Chilies is spelled wrong. Good work. Anyway, so these codes are kind of just abbreviated, but you can type whatever you want into this label variable. For example, it says key. It's a numeric variable. We'll talk about what that means in a minute. And then the subject ID number, and it doesn't have any values. So the name just tells you what it is. If I click back on data view, we can go scroll back over and look at the first column, and it's key. And if you notice, the key is just a random number. I can actually sort, and if I look down at no two numbers are the same. They're randomly generated numbers. And what that does is it gives everybody a unique subject identifier. It's kind of really important, especially in experiments with people. This data set is kind of fun because it's a combination of fast food, not fast food, and Chili's, a tertiary fast food restaurant. Kind of exciting, well, fun for me because I'm a health food nut. Okay, so go back to variable view. So the second one is called establishment, the second column. So we look back at data view. The second column says establishment. So I'm going to go back, expand it out. And we look at the variable view, and it says the word string. A string means it has words. Nice. Words, not numbers. Okay? And because they're words, not numbers, I can't do any math with establishment. I can still make graphs with it because it identifies the grouping of words, but you can't do math with it. That's kind of really important. People try to do math with these things. For example, the name of the food is also a string variable. And it's a name of a food. We can't do math with a name. It's not a data point. It's just a label. I can show you how to convert them into numbers, but that's for a lab a little bit later. We have a bunch of variables which represent what we call parameters, which we'll talk about in class. But the price, for example, it's a parameter. It's a continuous variable. From $0 to $11, I think, is the range of price of the items on our menu. And we also have a rank price. It's a different kind of variable. It says, I put a label here, it's ordinal. So the price, it's a continuous variable. Notice it doesn't have any values. It's anything. So if I go back to the data view and I look at our price, notice there's no prices for the Chili's food. So we're going to roll down, no price, no price. Oh, there, those things cost 90 cents. Those things cost $1. I'm going to scroll down. There's $1.50, $1.70, $2, $3, $4. I'm hungry. Sorry. $6, $7, and then there is a spaghetti and whatever that is from Old Spaghetti Factory for $11. Okay, so that the price is an actual continuous variable. If we look over at calories, calories is also a continuous variable. Holy cannoli, loaded nuggets munchie meal, 1,592 calories. Nice. Anyway, there's also fat grams. That's kind of high in fat too, if you look at it. Anyway, but these variables represent continuous variables. However, this one right here, rank, is not a continuous variable. It is a variable that represents a rank, and the rank is where it says the speed of the food. Oh, no, sorry, that's the wrong one. Price. Ordinal. Ordinal variables are ranked from 0 to 10, or whatever number you want. They represent a quality that's greater than the next. So the way to see the rank is you click on where it says values. When you click on the box, these three little dots show up. Okay, so I'm looking at price, rank, ordinal, and I click on the three dots, and I see a 0 is no price, 1 is lowest, 2 is second. Let me change that to a capital S. Third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. This is a rank, like a place. We call it an ordinal variable because they're in a distinct order. The order is important. A 1 doesn't necessarily mean one of something, it just means first. Well, a 1 up here for speed of food. Okay, so I click on the dots to see the values. 1 represents fast food. 2 represents not fast food, like we call it slow food. And then 3 represents Chili's, tertiary. So when I'm going to type speed of food here, this is categorical. Categorical? Categorical. Whoever invented this English language is really complicated. Okay, the speed of food is a categorical. So the food is either categorized as a 1, 2, or 3. It can only be categorized as a 1, 2, or 3 with this variable. So we have another variable that's a categorical as well, and that's Chili's versus not Chili's. And so this one is basically a dichotomous variable because it has two levels. So I wanted to see just the differences between Chili's and not Chili's. So I added this variable of, it's a dichotomous. So 0 is not Chili's, 1 equals Chili's. It doesn't mean 1 is better than 0. It doesn't mean that 1 is more than 0. It just means that they're different. And the same thing is the categorical of this one, which is drink. And this particular one is the type of food it is, and it's a category. 4 doesn't mean more than 1, it just means different. It's a number that the computer can organize and sort the data by. It's a very simple way to do it. So these are the only nominal scales. The rest of them are all continuous variables. They're all on different scales, but they're all variables that we can use to identify parameters. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to teach you how to create a variable. In order to create a variable, the easiest way to do it is you just double click and say new variable. You can have a space in it. The problem with that is I hit enter and it puts the new variable in, and I go to my data view and I scroll over and I have a new variable, but it's blank. Then you have to type in data. I'm going to hit clear on this. I like hitting the right mouse button, clear. It's a lot faster to doing a lot of things. Sometimes I'll do things that are a lot faster, and I'll try to put in the videos what I did just because I kind of forget that you guys don't know all the shortcut keys. I want to find out what percentage of our daily calories this is producing. I'm getting lots of emails. Okay, and so I want to find out the total number of calories. So one of these million windows I have open here, based on a 2,000 calorie diet, I have the nutritional information. Okay, and so thank you, Debbie, for sending a nice email. I'm going to calculate a variable here that equals the percentage of calories that you're eating per day. So I'm going to go to transform, and I'm going to do something called compute a variable. This is super easy. Cal per day. So this is going to be a percentage of the calories in the foods. I'm going to click on, I'm going to make this bigger so you can see it. I'm going to take the calories in the food, and I'm going to divide them by 2,000. So it's going to make a variable. We'll watch it live. It'll be very exciting. So I hit calories per day, and it's going to be calories divided by 2,000. Okay, because 2,000 is the amount of calories you're supposed to eat a day. How many calories this food item represents. And so in this we'll talk about the output shortly. But so this thing right here, this is the percentage. So this food item is 15% of your daily calories. This is half of your daily calories. We scroll down, this is over half of your daily calories. One of my favorite ones is, there's 80%, 90% of your daily calories for that one. I'm not going to show you what it is yet. You can explore that. So that gives me something that I can look at just to see, wow, how much food am I eating for each nutrition item here? We can do the same thing for fat grams. So if I go down to my nutritional information, total fat, you should eat 65 grams per day. All right. So let's go to transform, compute variable. I'm going to change this to fat per day. And I'm going to change this to fat grams divided it by, short attention span, 65. And I'm going to click OK. And look what it gives me. This is the percent fat that I'm having per day. And then we can also look at cholesterol. I'm interested in sodium, so I'll do sodium next. What percent of your daily allowance sodium? Let's go down to salt, grams of sodium divided by saturated fat, potassium, carbohydrates, sodium, phosphorus, magnesium, chloride. Come on, where's salt? Carbohydrates. So I should have looked this up before I started the video. This is great. Am I just missing it? Where's the milligrams? Oh, I was missing it. 2,400. All right. Nice work. Whoa. 80%, 80%, 60%, 93%. I'm just looking for the, oh no, 106%, 107%. So that's more than your daily intake of salt for a single food item. Wow, there's a lot down here. Okay, I'm going to just depressing. I'm going to look at that. But that's the basic idea. The next thing we'll do is start making some graphs.